Hey everyone, this is Tom from MonTac here, and we are back at it again with another video. This is the ACT Roundtable, where we'll be discussing the annual championship tournament occurring in November this year, November 2024. Joining me this evening, we have got two former champions, former master tactician from Romania, APOC is here, and Mini Smoke from Brazil, the former champion himself as well. How are you guys doing today, and are you excited for this ACT?
Yo, hello.
Hello, Tom. Hello, everyone. And very exciting to be here.
It is certainly going to be a very interesting event. This is a lot of speculation regarding the new rules, the new rule sets, and how that will affect the players. Of course, we also have the ban list as well. Of course, it is more in the attempt to keep things a bit more spicy and less to actually manage the game, which is always a positive. But who do you think is most likely to win the ACT, Mini Smoke?
So, for starters, I think the changes in the game, I think it very favors more board presence and defensive play because when, like before, when you remove a specialty of something and goes away forever, usually even if you recur the monster back to the field, you won't have much use for it. Now that everything resets and power isn't goes away in some cases when you specialty remove it, so like strong board presences will be even stronger than before because can stay longer with high power and specialties. And I think that in that play style, the ones I think are the most successful are either Lucky or Bob. I
Lucky
think one
and
of
Bob.
those two I think will be very favored for this with these changes.
Very exciting. And you believe they're likely to win only because of these changes, or is there something else you think that they'll also be presenting at this ACT that could be very dangerous?
I think they are strong players by themselves, but plus with these changes, I think they will get a slightly edge above everyone else. Because
Ooh.
aggressive play, if you want to shut down like a primary monster of some strategy, you have to like you can't rely on specialty removing it permanently and perish. Now you have to work around even if the player has recursion. So there's now another layer to deal with.
Yeah, gotcha. Definitely making them both a very interesting case and splitting the options there. I see picking two different players. Very interesting. APOC,
Yeah.
let's hear from you, my man. What have you got? Who do you think is the most likely to win the ACT? And is it the same people as Minismoke?
I mean, I also thought of like Bob and Lucky just because they are all good players, not gonna lie. But thinking of the changes, like I know Bob loves his tokens, and I know like Lucky is a very good like defensive player. It's very hard to get through to him. I also have on my list, I mean, they're both up there. Misfire, of course, like um when it comes to a tournament and especially like a very serious one, Misfire is gonna show up, he's gonna be ready, he's gonna be on top of his game, I'm sure. But also at the same time, I think it's really matchup relying the winner of this tournament. Because we don't know the matchups yet. And that's an interesting part. Because we can see matchups we've already seen before, like we've seen Misfire and Badger like how many times already? We've seen like Misfire and Lucky how many times already, you know? But then
Many,
of
many.
course you can have like I don't know, Badger and Time. I don't know if they ever versed each other, but I think that would be fun. Lucky and Hunter probably. You know, it would be fun. It depends. It really depends. I think there is a very like rock paper scissors element to these guys. And it's fun. I mean, top of my list right now, I'll give you my top four. It's probably
Okay. Top
uh
four?
yeah, I mean half of the guys. It's probably
Yeah,
like
half the players, sure.
in
Yeah,
this
okay.
order, probably Mist, Lucky, Diamond, and Bob.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Missed, Lucky, Diamond, and Bob. Now, notice you, regarding those two, actually, I might actually press you on that.
Yeah.
Misfire and Diamond. You definitely talked about, we definitely have explored where Bob and Lucky can do incredibly well, but where is Misfire, and for that fact, also Diamond as the surging contender, where do they really fit into this new meta, and like, where do you believe they'll be threatening, as per se?
Okay, I think Misfire and Diamond are probably like the most hardcore competitive guys on the server, and not in a bad way. But like they do their research. They focus on the meta. They know how to counter pick. They know how to build around the player they're playing. That's why I think like matchup specific is very important.
Yeah.
Misfire is known for like all his decks and how he builds a deck just for another player. And then Diamond, he came in very fast. Like he joined and then he became a menace. He started murdering people. So that's why. But like speaking of that, also ACT is you submit the deck and then you play with it, and
exactly. I was literally about to bring that up. Yes,
then
they're locked into their decks.
The thing that's gonna be very important there is the side deck. I think building a side deck will be like the, how do you call it, the thing that's gonna give the edge in the matchups.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes down. Of course, Mini Smoke, on your hand, when you think about the fact that we're in this format where there is a ban list for this specific tournament, they are locked into their decks. You mentioned that the tokens of Bob and, obviously the recursion of what Lucky can do, especially with if he's running earphones, if he's running life gamblers, if he's running trash squad or some crazy amalgamation of all three. When you think about all that in a locked deck list setting, do you think Lucky's going to have any trouble, or Bob's going to have any trouble with people trying to counterpick him? How do you think that's going to go for them? Do you think there's any sort of worry that they're going to have to deal with any hard threats, or do you think this is a situation where they really fully thrive?
I think they'll have. I don't think it will affect them much, because if you spend a lot of resource and deck spaces on your deck to counter top threats, you have to worry about other decks as well. There's not only one matchup type of thing. You have to worry about at least 3 different decks, and neither of them could be Bob or Lucky if that happens some way. So you have to account to that, and there's might something that you might not be prepared for with all those changes. So it's kind of tough. So you have to be a very well-rounded deck rather than predicting stuff.
Yeah, true. All right, well, that's going to be very interesting. And of course, Epoch, is there any other changes you think could affect your players' chances of winning the ACT?
I mean, I agree with Minismoke there. You have to be a very well-rounded player with a well-rounded deck. I think, like I said, the side deck is the thing that's gonna be the most important stuff there, because you want to basically put your counter picks there. You want to have a very strong deck for game one, and then seeing how that goes, like picking your counters from the side deck. I don't know, like a board wipe, like a single target removal or anything like that, recursion, your hammer downs, your arrows or whatever, those goes in the side deck. So yeah, that would be very important. The deck itself also has to be very good on turn one, on game one, because you don't have a chance to use the side deck then. But all these guys have a pretty good understanding on how to build a deck, especially for games one. We come from a format where we don't play 2 or 3, so I think that's good.
Yeah, 100%. All right, everyone, this is going to be interesting. We have got a lot of contenders. We have got some rising stars. We've got some old legends. Let's see how this goes. Let's make this an exciting ACT. Thank you, gentlemen, for your input. This is going to be a really fun one. And for you guys watching at home, thanks for watching. This is going to be a fun one. And if you're interested in joining the Discord, we have it in the description below, and having games on every week. So tune in to find out more about the ACT. We'll be uploading some videos towards the end of November regarding all the different matches that have been occurring. And we might even do a bit of a wrap-up video as well. So thank you everyone for watching. This has been Tom, APOC, and Mini Smoke. Have a great day.